Well, first things, I've only realised recently that I saw his whole career. He started playing 2 years after I started going to watch Liverpool. He was brilliant, and it was so sad when, obviously, after he got to an age, he moved on and went off to Tranmere, and the rest is all in the book. But I've got a recent memory of Tommy. I didn't see him for years. Then I bumped into him one day in a pub in Colchester. Strange, really. I used to work next door and went in for my lunch. And I'm sort of looking at him in awe, and I said, you're Tommy Lawrence. And he couldn't understand why I was so wound up about it.
It's so easy to write a book about Klopp or Kenny or Gerrard, and they all deserve it. They're absolute legends. But people like Tommy who don't have a book and are so important to Liverpool's history, I think this is why I wanted to do it, because he deserves to have a story, and he's a lot more than just what happened on the pitch as well. And there's a lot of twists and turns in his life and stuff I didn't even know before I said yes to it. And it just makes the story more interesting. And we all think as footballers today are millionaires, that they all must be rich, but it's easy to forget that this era they weren't rich. They were average, probably just above average pay, but as soon as football stopped, the pay stopped and they fell off the bridge basically. And that's what happened to Tommy, and he wasn't given a testimonial he definitely deserved, and fell on hard times. His family changed, all stuff like that, and you look at him, you just think, he used to goalkeeper in 65. Shankly must have liked him, but there's so much more about his story, and I should say, it was mad to find out, and hopefully the story comes across, how badly treated he was.
Well, my dad, I never ever remember in my life my dad ever shouting at us or anything. So what everyone always says, mal-mannered, and he was lovely, he was kind, he was generous, he was just the most lovely person, lovely man. I suppose we used to get people at the door, like photographs, but it was like a normal, really, sort of like, I just remember not being able to get in to see Bedknobs and Broomsticks because the fans were mobbing him on the street. And I was annoyed, I'm thinking, hang on a minute.
So he's the first sweeper keeper. That's what every goalkeeper nowadays has to do. They have to come off the line. And he got offered the contract in lower leagues as an outfield player. So, yeah, he could have played in modern football where you have to play with your feet. He was in training every day playing with Bill Shankly and all the coaches. He definitely had the talent. I think Ray Clements came and did what he did, and he probably took goalkeeping to a new level. But I think him and Ray and Tommy would both say he wouldn't have been the player he was without Tommy's coaching. So he had a massive part to play in the best goalkeeper we've ever had. But in terms of ranking them, it's hard. But as we said on the stage again, Ian Callaghan put him up there with Clements and Banks. He maybe wasn't as good as them, but he was in that next tier. So maybe I'd say he's in the top 5, and that's massive for a club like Liverpool.
I'd put him. I'd put him in the top 3 Liverpool keepers. Everybody says Ray Clements is the best. Honestly and truthfully, he probably was. But if I had a choice between Tommy Lawrence and Anderson Becker, I'd put Tommy straight in. I wouldn't think for a second.
I'm just wondering whether you remember the Derby match in 1967 at Goodison, FA Cup, 5th round, and it was shown on a big screen at Anfield.
That's right.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I do. I played in it.
Did you?
I was a goalkeeper for Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a stroke of luck, me meeting you. Yeah. Sorry, can you remind me of your name?
Tommy Lawrence.
Tommy, nice to meet you. What do you remember about it?
It was a great game, yes. Alan Ball scored the winner.
Like everybody else, I saw him pop up on the TV one night, and I said to me, come in here, quick. That's Tommy Lawrence. So this idiot doesn't know who he is.
I come in from work and I never get in that time. My dad was there, I was like, and then when I spoke to him about it, he said, oh yeah, and he said, they're just walking around. He had no clue that he was. I said, Dad, you're trending on Twitter. I said, Katie Price is trending. You're beating Katie Price. And he was so excited because he was like, kept saying to me, am I still beating Katie Price? Because he couldn't understand what it meant, but he's very proud.
Everyone only had good ways to say about Tommy, and that's testament again to him, what a nice man he was, and he's not just a great footballer, he was a great person. To be able to have everyone I've spoken to say the same thing, that you can't ask so much more than that, can you really? I can't speak for you personally, but I'm sure if you went around and asked 50 people about me, I don't know if every single person would say I was unbelievable, but Tommy literally had that. I couldn't find anyone who had a bad word to say about him. So that in itself is the biggest honour, I think. It's not what you are as a footballer, it's what you are as a man.